Well, it's welcome to this week's TLDR.
Hey,
Let's start off with the quick and easy. Trump got lost his lawsuit, $5 million. $5 million.
yeah, like 2 million for one thing and 3 million for another.
He's appealing it, which isn't going to mean shit because nobody did anything wrong. So he's going to lose the appeal. So by the end of next year, that lady should get her $5 million. Now, unfortunately, she's also talking about filing another lawsuit against him.
Yep, she's been
Because
encouraged to do so.
Because after he won, or after he lost the lawsuit, he went on and still badmouthed her in public, in the
On
media.
CNN. At
So,
the CNN town hall, he did the same thing.
yeah, I don't think he ever learned his lesson. And because of that, he's in another case where the judge has now ordered him, instead of coming in October, when the case should begin, he wants him in like a week.
Good. I didn't hear that. Good. I
yes,
saw the headline, but I didn't click on it.
What it is apparently the judge has put some sort of gag order on Trump as to what he can say in the media about the case, and for some reason the judge has this idea that Trump wouldn't be able to keep his mouth shut, so he wants to bring him in early to make it official that this is what you can say, this is what you can't say in public. Which is sad that a judge has to treat. Mm-hmm. It's sad that a judge has to treat a defendant or the opposition like a child.
Well, because it's like, I think he took this that defamation case as now that he was found guilty, because that's how he sees it, that they can't try him again for it. And he's wrong, because it's not that kind of thing. It's not like taking you to court and you were found guilty or whatever, and you serve probation or whatever is in his head that he thinks he should do, and now he can go ahead and commit that. No, it doesn't work.
Well, basically, what he's kind of right. I mean, double jeopardy does say you can't be tried for the same crime twice, but
this is different.
But it does not say that if you commit murder and you get tried and you get found guilty, that then you get out after serving your sentence. You commit murder again, they can't try you because you already been tried once.
That's what this was, because this is a different situation. This is not the same situation. I hope she does it. I really, really do. And maybe this time they'll do 50 million. Maybe they'll up it. Maybe he'll learn his lesson if he gets bit a little harder.
So let's talk about, for a couple minutes, that town hall meeting. Everyone says it was a shit show, it was a disaster, it was this. I think anyone with a brain would take it for what it is. I think that CNN put him in that situation to basically make fun of him without making fun of him. I mean, they put his own people in front of him, let him talk, let them laugh at stupid stuff they shouldn't have, and then let the people who are viewing go.
About it.
People who are viewing go, what a bunch of dopes they are.
Worse so. That's true. I suppose they could spin it as they put it all on display. This is what we're up against. But they did make they did misspeak. They're not half the country. At most, they're a third. They're not.
Right. But what happened was, apparently a couple of the people that were in the audience said the laughter and the applause was not as it was made out to be on TV.
Yeah, there were some people that are in both camps. Whether meaning that they didn't vote for him last time or they voted for him twice and they're not sure now, whatever. Those guys were saying about the applause and the appalling things that were happening. They were disgusted. They were appalled by it. It did bother them. So that says something. So granted, you had 400 or 500 people there that were pretty much on his side at one point or another, perhaps still are. even if a handful of them say, "Yeah, this isn't good," that's a win. That's
Well,
a win.
apparently there were no Democrats in the audience. It was
Independents.
Republican. It was MAGAs and independents that were unsure.
Or leaning, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
it's unsure.
Well, yeah.
Um,
But some lean one way or the other. So, but I think it was good.
I don't understand how you could have a town hall and ask, and not have people in the audience who are going to actually ask important questions.
I thought I saw a few clips of that, of some questions from the audience, but
Yeah, but what I'm saying is not important questions. They're going to ask him, powder puff questions, softball questions, because they're his president. They're not going to ask him the hard hitting questions like, you said that it was, that the train incident happened under Biden, but yet you were the one who loosened up all the train regulations. Why is it not your responsibility?
He did finally admit that he's not the president.
Oh, I saw that when she turned around to him and said,
when you were president, you said this, yeah.
And he said, yeah, but I'm not president now.
Right? See, yeah. Got him to admit it on TV. He's not the fucking president.
So now let's switch gears for a second and stay within the presidential realm of Republicans, but off to the side. Apparently, a video has been released of Ron DeSantis being prepped for his gubernatorial run.
I know, I saw
on
that.
Questions he would be asked about Donald Trump.
Yeah. He needs to do it in a way that he doesn't hurt that base too much. And he can reel in some other people. But that base, you gotta have that base. You gotta have them.
Well, apparently during this training session, so to speak,
that train wrecking session, yeah.
his people even had to give him a note to put on the podium that says pleasant, because because he has a habit of getting mad and making faces and doing all this stuff. Yeah. So they had to remind him that he has to be personable. He has to be,
Yeah, because he's a douchebag. Yeah.
So they actually had to give him a note that he would have in front of him while he's talking to remind himself to be pleasant.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know where to begin with that one. That's just nuts. I guess it's good he can read.
Yes, or otherwise he'll go off on a tangent about peasants or pheasants, either one.
He can form mostly coherent sentences. Mostly.
All right, let's not push the envelope here. Did you see who his debate training partner was?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did those two ever get to meet up?
They both like young girls? I don't know.
Yeah, that's why DeSantis went to Disney.
They met on Tinder.
They both brought their dates to the same pizza parlor?
No, I meant they met on Tinder.
Speaking of other candidates, two things happened today. And within this week, an audio tape was released of George Santos. Saying how he was looking for a payout. He was trying to get, he figured that because the ethics committee is so lax right now, he went to them to see exactly how much he could get away with.
Oh, yeah, it's a different one. It's a different Congress or whatever he said.
And when asked about a presidential run, he actually said he was considering it, and he had to get all this other stuff out of the way first, and then he would do an experimental presidential campaign.
He's been there not even like a year, has he? Has it been a year?
No. Nope.
No, it hasn't, because we're not even up to November yet. Yeah, it feels like it, though. It feels like 10 years. Maybe that's what his thing is.
He lost his first bid for the seat. He lost his first bid for the seat in 2018.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, well, I heard about it anyway.
So he's this is his first term, his first year, and he's already considering a presidential run. Because reasons.
Dude, there's a pretty, well, I don't know, unless they figure out a way, but there's a pretty good chance he's going to get his ass hammered, voted out of there.
Well, he
They're
was
going to set the
arrested this
ballot box
past
on
week.
fire with his name.
He was arrested this past week.
Yeah.
So I don't see how. I don't know when the recording was made, but I don't see how.
He's not backing him. Publicly, he's not backing him.
Good.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure Marjorie Taylor Greene is, which means McCarthy will back him sooner or later.
Yeah, right. I don't know about that, but I'm actually quite surprised at the number of Republicans that are saying that they do not support him. And then back again, just to put on Trump, there's a lot of other Republicans that are now openly saying they will not support Trump in 24 for presidential run. That's good.
Yeah, but the problem is their next alternative is DeSantis, which
I don't think
he in himself is in a lot, is kind of in the doghouse with this whole personnel Disney thing.
So yeah, put up people that are unelectable, please do it. Either one of those, Trump or DeSantis, neither one of them are electable. DeSantis has done some horrible things in Florida that the rest of the country doesn't like, not even Republicans. He's too extreme for most Republicans. He doesn't have a shot. He might get 100% of Florida, but he's going to get, his support's going to die out of the South. And I think out of the immediate South, maybe Louisiana, parts of Texas, maybe up into Georgia, but I think the rest of the country is going to say the hell no to a DeSantis.
Now, I just want to ask, is Nikki Haley the next one under DeSantis?
Yeah, I bet. I think so. I'm not sure. I really haven't followed it very much, but I haven't seen it come across anything, and I think it would have if somebody else put their hat. Asa Hutchinson. That's right, Arkansas. He's the old governor of Arkansas. He has his hat in the ring.
Speaking of Arkansas,
he's the best, in my opinion. He's the best of all the Republicans that are going up right now. Is him.
Have you heard any more news or any new news on Ricky what's her name? Lake.
Shuckabee Sand. Oh, Carrie Lake.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time clicking on anything with her name on it. I've seen a lot of headlines with her name on it.
Oh, really?
All she's doing is she switched from a shovel to a backhoe to dig the hole that she's gonna have to eventually try to crawl out of. She's gonna be a footnote here pretty soon. She can't hang on. She has burned through so much so fast that pretty soon she's going to wind up those sanctions that are eventually going to start landing on her, or she's just not going to be able to get representation. Why does she keep getting lawyers beyond me?
Well, see, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about is this Elaine Habas situation. She got sanctioned like $100. How much?
$1 million. Her and Trump, but she's going to wind up paying it because she's the lawyer
for
frivolous cases.
Yeah,
that was imposed by a judge, and that's why Trump wound up dropping a few of those cases too, real quick right after that.
Yeah, I know that there's something called the SLAPP law, which is you can't continuously file frivolous cases. Right.
When he has no evidence, though, that's the thing. He keeps filing these things with no evidence, with just batshit crazy. I don't know. It's hard to even call it a conspiracy because usually conspiracy is based on something. He has nothing.
It's gaslighting.
It's not even. I mean, it's worse than that. There's like literally nothing there. And he figures the more he says something, the more people are simply just going to believe it, like J6. A lot of people believe it was just a casual day. I guess if you keep telling people something enough, they eventually believe it.
Well, I have not heard more. I've been out of news contact for a while because I've been dealing with stuff myself. So I'm not sure what else is going on, but I know that right there is a handful in and of itself.
I'm getting a roof, so I've been busy too.
I also know that Fox hosts and commentators are now taking a hardball line against Trump. They're starting to push back against him. Not the night crew, but the day crew.
Yeah.
The actual, reporters, the actual journalists. They're actually, fact checking him.
Oh, even on Fox, man, he's been getting hammered
Yeah.
on Fox. It's about time, It's about time.
Oh, I agree. If this continues, the only place they'll have left is OAN.
Now CNN is starting. They're under new management, I guess.
Yeah, but I think CNN is. I hope that they are lesson learned when all the criticism came down on this last.
But some of their own people aren't happy about it either.
Right. So I'm hoping it's lesson learned, and we won't make that. Yeah. But yeah. So with that, I would say keep your eyes out because a lot more is going to happen with those three: DeSantis, Trump, and DeSantis, Trump, and Santos. So
and Lake, I guess, for.
I don't know. Like I said, I think her hubbub, her scuttlebutt has all died down a little bit. I haven't heard that much about her recently.
No, she's still showing her face up in the news feeds. She still makes a dent here and there. Usually it's something frivolous and silly.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of a fantastic TLDR. Yes, I can say it. So, with that, I will say to all of you, good night, good morning, good afternoon, all that good stuff. See you on the funny papers.